Hey friends, welcome to Tuesday Night Live at 8:35, although this week it's 8:45. I apologize for the delay. My laptop decided that it wanted to freeze up at 8:33, so I had to go through and reboot the whole thing. This past several days has really been about life interrupting plans, and it has definitely done that this past week. Friday night, we had a thunder/windstorm. It lasted maybe 15 minutes. It was really actually very scary. It was really loud. The wind was blowing everywhere. I was really worried about a tree in our yard possibly falling into the house, but we've been lucky so far it hasn't done that. Thank you to God that we're still safe in that area. However, this was around 6:30 Friday night, and the power went off and on for a few minutes and then decided to just go off and stayed off until Monday at around 8 a.m. Very interesting that it was a holiday weekend and it went off Friday night and came back Monday morning. But it is what it is. We were very, very lucky. My dad lives across the street and has an RV. We were able to stay in the RV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. And then he also has a generator, and during the day he was doing work with his brother on a car that they're rebuilding, I guess, a 60-something Mustang. Anyway, I don't know much about it. I just know they're spending a lot of time doing this. So he was out there, so he let his generator be at our house during the day while he was gone, and then the generator was at his house at night while we were in the RV. So we definitely were a lot more lucky than a lot of people. And a lot of people even in the town, a couple of towns like around us that lost power for longer. Some of them didn't get it back on until today, including some businesses as well, who lost a lot of their merchandise that should have been refrigerated because of the storm. So we were actually really lucky about that. But like I said, you just don't know. Sometimes life is just going to interrupt your plans, and immediately your brain wants to assign meaning to this. So let's talk about a couple points about life is just going to live. The event was not the power outage. Everything after that was the story. I'm behind. I'm losing momentum. I'll catch up later. And it's very easy to talk about letting interruption become an identity. So for instance, I could have not posted anything at all weekend, but I did have access to internet. So although I didn't post my normal 2 to 3 pieces of content per day, I still posted and let people know what was going on with us and the animals and so forth. So I did not allow it to have the meaning that it was time for me to just stop doing everything because we didn't have power. So, like I said, life sometimes is just gonna life. Even like tonight, where I wanted to go live at 8:35, and at 8:33 my laptop said, hey, I'm frozen up and you're gonna have to reboot if you want to use me. So that is what I decided to do. And it actually, life is gonna live is one of my favorite phrases to say because it just wants to interrupt all of your plans. And the question then becomes, not will life happen, because we know life will happen. The question becomes, what story will you tell yourself when it does happen? Okay? Like I said, I could have easily said, that's it, life happened, I'm not going to post anything, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to tell you the truth. Even today, I was like, after 3 days of posting like 1 to 2 pieces of content and not doing as much because life happens, I was really starting to think, oh, I'll just post 1 piece of content each day. Oh, maybe I won't go live on Tuesday night. And I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of times when I go live, my brain tells me a couple minutes beforehand, you don't need to go live. You need to be nervous. You need to be this. You need to be that. So it gives me some things to make me not want to do it, right? Because as we know, your brain wants to keep you safe. And what is keeping you safe? Keeping you safe is continuing to stop and restart over. We are all experts at starting over. Anywhere you look on the internet, any book you look for in personal development, you will find hundreds, if not thousands of books about resetting and starting over. But that is not what we are about here. We are about determining what the meaning is to the event that makes us want to start over. Because again, it is not the event that makes us want to start over. It's the meaning that we give that event. I did not build confidence this weekend because everything went according to plan. I built confidence because I collected another piece of evidence. Evidence that I could adapt without abandoning myself. How many times have you been ready to go, everything is going good, and then something happens, like a power outage for 3 days, and then you've just said, you know what, that's it, this is a sign, right? This is a sign from God or from a higher power telling me that what I'm doing isn't working, so I need to start over. But I want to say, what if it's a sign to stay? What if it's a sign to stay? What if it's a sign that even though this time is difficult, you have already worked on what is causing you to feel this way? You have determined it's not the event. Remember, it is not the event that makes you want to start over. It's the story you tell yourself when the event happens. So like I said, I could have said, and don't get me wrong, my brain still goes off on me at times. Oh, well, this is a perfect excuse to stop and start over. What would be a better excuse to stop and start over than losing power for 3 days? And in some cases, it may have happened. I just happened to be lucky enough that I had access to power and the internet, even though we had lost power. Pretty lucky. Now, I have been doing my lives on my personal page, and then I put them inside my group, and I'm working on deeper things inside my group, like we did the 5-day experience, and we are going to be doing a 60-minute masterclass next Saturday, July 18th. And it's going to be about what if nothing is wrong with you, why smart people keep starting over, and the pattern nobody taught them to see. I wish I had known this or figured this out long before I was in my 50s, okay? We are practicing all of this together. Not perfect weeks, but real life, real interruption, and learning how to stay anyway. Because remember, confidence does not come first. Confidence is built through evidence. So you build the evidence, and then you get the confidence. And then when you get the confidence, it's easier for you to continue and stay because you're not telling yourself those same stories like, I missed a workout. That must mean I'm a failure. I have to start over. I might as well just... It's Wednesday, I missed one workout, I might as well just wait and restart next week. Sound familiar? I know I've said that before, with workouts, with eating. One cheat meal turns into 5 days of cheat meals. And the story I'm telling myself is, I can't do this. I already cheated for 2 days, so I might as well just cheat the rest of the week and start over on Monday, the Monday loop. So our goal is to break the Monday loop. We're going to break that loop. And one of the ways we're going to do that, we will be having a live again next Tuesday. That will be here and then dropped in the group. However, the actual 60-minute masterclass will only be inside my group, the Stay Cycle community. And again, it will be, what if nothing is wrong with you? Because guess what? Nothing is wrong with you. Why smart people, you and me, we're smart people, keep starting over. And the pattern nobody taught us to see. We are going to learn that pattern so that we can be better about this and not continue to start over. Excuse me. So again, tonight basically is pretty much life is gonna life. And when life interrupts your plans, what story do you tell yourself? And if you lived anywhere near me, you probably, unfortunately, had to deal with the storm and may have lost power too. And may have lost power for as long or longer than I did. If you did, I'm sorry. If you didn't have access to a generator or able to go to family, friends, or a hotel, I really feel for you because that would be difficult. Thank goodness it wasn't as hot over the weekend as it has been. But remember, life is going to life, and we just have to learn to acknowledge when our brain is trying to tell us a story to get us to start over. There's no reason to sit and do nothing for 3 days. I'm not saying go and post a bunch of content or work 40 hours in 3 days. I'm saying just continue with what you're doing so that you are staying, and you are now telling yourself that you can do this and this and this even when life is going to happen. So, thank you so much for watching. I made it a little bit shorter tonight. I try to stick to 10 to 15 minutes for our Tuesday night lives at 8:35. And again, tonight it was 8:45, so I do apologize. But again, on next Saturday night, July 18th, we will be doing the 60-minute masterclass inside the Stay Cycle community about what if nothing is wrong with you, because there is nothing wrong with you. Why do smart people like you and me keep starting over or keep wanting to start over? And we're going to learn the pattern that nobody taught you to see, because I've learned that pattern and I want to share it with you, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it, and it will make such a huge difference in your life. So thanks so much for watching tonight. I hope you all have a fabulous Tuesday night. And if you don't have power right now, I hope your power is restored very soon. I'm thinking of you, and have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.